Hi everyone, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me. Yes, I'm back. I'm moved into my new place, so now it's back to work to keeping you informed of what's going on around the world. Today is Tuesday, February 4th, 2025, and thousands of people, residents and tourists included, are fleeing the island of Santorini. More than 6,000 residents have left the island in recent days because of probably about 300 earthquakes they've had within 3 days. You can see here drawn out in red is the caldera. Portions of it have collapsed into the ocean. It was devastated by a volcanic eruption in the 16th century BC before Christ, forever shaping its rugged landscape. It is probably about 200 kilometers or 120 miles southeast from the mainland. And we'll bring this out. Drawn out in red is the South Aegean volcanic arch. And we got a lot of little islands that were formed by this. Right here on USGS, that is the caldera. There has been 22 earthquakes over a magnitude 4.5 in the last week. But according to those there who monitor the earthquakes in Greece, there's been over 300 of them. I'm not quite sure. I haven't had time to research. But this might be the location where the magma is coming up. They recently flew drones today or yesterday to measure the uplift for the island. More than 6,000 of its residents have left the island in recent days, according to the Greek public broadcaster ERT. Early Tuesday morning today, they had the magnitude 5.3, which was the largest of the earthquakes in recent days. Hundreds of people carrying their belongings were seen waiting at a port on the island, waiting for a ferry to take them to Athens. Today it was announced that the schools would all be closed until at least Friday, and local airlines have announced additional flights yesterday to help people leave this popular destination location for a lot of tourists. As of yesterday, there was 200 earthquakes that were recorded between Santorini and Amorgos in the Aegean Sea, and the strongest was a 5.3 that occurred early today. They have had 3 earthquakes so far of above a magnitude 5.0. We got this one right here, which is 5.3 that happened today. The 5.1, that one was yesterday. And then also today, there was a magnitude 5.0. Many of the earthquakes, the local government, they depend on tourism. And they're saying that these 3 earthquakes that were above 5.0 did rattle those there on the island. But they're saying that the majority of the island's earthquakes have been mild or light. So yesterday they decided to close the schools, and they told residents to avoid large indoor gatherings. I like how they said large indoor gatherings. How about being indoors at all? Now, another report that I read said that there had been some 550 tremors with a magnitude 3.0 or less within the last few days. And I'm surprised that they have only added 2 additional flights to take people off the island, when they got such a large population along with the tourists. Airplanes don't carry that many people. Yeah, you can see the shape of the caldera. So supposedly there's about 20,000 permanent residents, and at least 6,000 of those residents have left the island. They do get about 3.4 million visitors every year to the island, so they're going to be losing a lot of revenue. And that's probably why they're downgrading, the severity of the earthquake, saying that the majority of them are a 3.0 or less. I do talk about how the Earth's magnetic field is getting weaker And when the Earth decides to either flip or reverse its polarity, that we're going to see volcanic eruptions, large earthquakes around the world, and it's not just going to happen overnight. This type of activity would continue anywhere between 2 to 10,000 years. The earthquakes and the volcanic eruptions would continue. Scientists are not in agreement on how long the magnetic reversal would take. And like I said, anywhere between 2,000 to 10,000 years. If you picture the Earth like a big, giant blue golf ball, let me bring this out. Okay. The reason I say a golf ball, you know how golf balls got little divots all over its surface. So when the Earth magnetic field finally decides to pop, reverse, it's going to pop in different locations around the world. And it won't stop in one spot. It's going to go maybe from north to south, east to west, southeast, northwest. It's going to, kind of pop around all different locations until it finally decides this is where it's going to stay. But between 2 and 10,000 years, the magnetic poles will bounce around all over the place during that time period. And during that time period, the continuation of earthquakes and volcanic eruptions will happen. So I hope everyone has a hard hat because it's going to be tremendous earth changes. Here's a moment tensor ball for today's 5.3, and you can see we have uplift and spreading. This is why they sent the drone out to measure the uplift. I guess they don't have stationary GPS stations on the island. That would be the only reason to send out a drone, I would think. So are you prepared for the coming events that are going to happen globally? Everything that has happened in the past, ancient rifts that failed to complete, like I've talked about there in Ohio, and the New Madrid rift system and different areas around the world. Are you prepared for those great earth changes that are coming? So what are your thoughts? Put your comments down below. I put my faith in God to protect me and watch over me. I don't know what to say if you don't have God. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.